Hello everyone, this is Waldorf.
And this is Statler.
And today we've got Battle Report 53.
Number 4 game from Battlecry 2017.
Battlecry, because at this point I'm crying in a corner.
You're crying because you've lost 2 out of your last 3 games?
I have. It's been an awesome tournament.
And the Pooh Pizza is taking on yet another Undying Dynasties.
Another Undying Dynasties.
And it seems like this one's a little familiar to us.
This one is, you'll notice this is slightly familiar to us.
If we can actually see the army.
Yeah, oh, you've cheated and looked ahead, didn't you?
Yes.
Moving on, maybe at some point. Is this going to go? There's my list again. Pause it and read it if you're still interested. You've probably heard it many times.
You've heard us yammer a couple times, so.
And the Undying Dynasties. Is a teammate of mine. He elected to go terracotta. So he's got a pharaoh that's his general with terracotta.
He seems to have 2 generals.
Shield and the what?
His Tomb Architect says general also.
I don't know why. Maybe he's got delusions of grandeur. It does say that in the thing.
Oh yeah.
On the army list. It's a special ability they have.
I guess so. Okay.
Anyway.
So he's going terracotta. So.
Pharaoh's terracotta. He's a general. He's got a shield. He's got the crown of pharaohs that lets him project his "My will be done" up to 6 inches to a unit. He's got a death cult hierarch. Who's the Hierophant with 4 spells of evocation, and he's a wizard master.
Okay, 4 spells of evocation.
Yep. Tomb Harbinger. This is the BSB. Again, terracotta, of course. Toughness 6, paired weapons. Toughness 6 with a bluffer's helm. That's actually really good.
Makes them survivable.
Yep.
Why paired weapons, though?
I don't know. And a Tomb Architect, who is not the general.
Yes.
But he is terracotta.
Okay.
This is anyway, let's keep moving. 4 skeleton chariots, musician, terracotta, 30 skeleton archers, terracotta.
So toughness 5 chariots, toughness 4 archers.
Toughness 4 archers. It's kind of a waste on the archers, actually, but it's still there. Anyway, 25 necropolis guards.
Well, if he gets them in the close combat, toughness 4s.
Terracotta, which brings him up to toughness 5. Paired weapons and the rending banner.
Yeah, -1.
So.
Oh, paired weapons.
Paired weapons. So he's strength 4, bunch of attacks with -2 armor saves.
Yeah.
And they have, of course, poison and.
Yeah. I like a little more oomph on my guys, but okay.
And 10 Shabti with paired weapons.
10 Shabti.
And a Colossus.
It's 1 unit.
This is one thing that the this particular opponent does. If you'll notice, he's got 4 characters.
Yes.
And they're fighting over 2 magic items.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
doesn't like to put points in his characters.
He doesn't like to put points in characters. So anyway.
It burns.
So this is deployment. This scenario was the one where you place a unit and the next unit has to be 18 inches away.
The daisy chain thing.
Kind of that one.
So we have.
He started deployment. Oh, sorry. As far as terrain.
So we have a wall in the middle, it looks like.
There's a wall in the middle.
Somehow we have a forest and a field that are growing in this lava field.
Correct.
And some guy with a wooden house on the left.
2 forests. There's a forest in the top left and a bottom right.
Oh, there's another one? I didn't see the other one.
It's kind of a piece together one on the bottom right.
Oh, I see. Okay. And then some ruins.
Which
makes sense for this board.
A couple nice green hills.
But the grass always grows on the hills.
Yeah. And the guy likes living in the lava.
Exactly.
So, anyway. Okay. It's a very bright board.
It is very bright.
Anyway. So he plays this Colossus. And
pardon me for a minute, I have to go get my sunglasses?
Yeah, you might need them.
Yeah.
Anyway. So that's what we got.
And you're kind of ganged up in the center?
I'm ganged up, and I kind of want to stay ganged up because he's got the...
catapults?
He does not have catapults.
Oh, he didn't have catapults in this game.
He does not. He has the spell... I don't know. What's the name of that spell? Anyway, he's got the spell that does D3 wounds at your toughness. D3 hits at strength 10 versus your leadership. So I'm kind of huddled together because I don't like that spell. Whispers the way. Anyway. So there's his list. Not a big army.
Now you got to pay for all those toughest 4 guys,
Yep.
toughest 5 guys,
So
and all those characters.
correct.
Yeah.
So this is the capture the banner. So
In that unit of Shopties, a fortune.
I've tagged his. Actually chariots are a scoring unit in this one.
Yeah. Okay. So that upgrade. That's
So
good.
I have tagged everyone but the Necropolis Guard
Okay.
because I figure the Shopties are going to be in combat,
Yeah.
whether I want them to or not.
Yeah.
So if I have any hope of winning this game, I'm going to have to kill
Probably have. I'm almost half his army points.
them. So there we go. And there's mine.
Okay.
And he is tagged. I think the orc unit on the right is the one he elected not to tag.
Okay.
So there we go. And turn 1,
You've moved forward. And
I've
straightened
just-
out your line.
kind of straightened up my line. You can see this unit of orcs on the bottom left, one of the ones he's tagged. Again,
Right.
start heading for the hills.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey boys, they're looking at us. Let's
Get him
get
behind
out
the
of here.
hill so nobody can see him.
Yeah, let's get out of here. So that's what we got. Get on his turn. The
Just shoot some hand weapon. Throw some hand weapon.
yeah, I threw
sort
a
of
bunch of stuff
throwing
and
weapons
stuff
at
and
his,
didn't really do anything.
Colossus.
My archers are pretty much out of range.
Yeah.
The 5 you see there on the chariot is his tomb architect is placing a 5-up regen save on something every turn,
That's nice.
and he
Toughness
elected
5,
them.
5 up regen. That's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
So going into the bottom of his turn, he switched it off to, and I did. Sorry,
And he backed up his guys.
I did put a throwing weapon wound on his Colossus,
So he backed up his chariots and his Colossus.
and on his turn he kind of backed up
Yeah, from those
with
spiders.
the chariots and Colossus and advanced with the Shopties to the hill,
Okay.
front of the hill.
Yeah.
And since those guys, I guess his thinking was since these guys are coming in with range, he doesn't want to, what are they? The Necropolis Guard.
Right.
Since they've advanced a little bit, I think he put the 5-up ward save on him in case I unleash, the 1,000 shots at him.
Yes. I think you get more serious targets to worry about.
So the Shopti moved up to here.
Mm-hmm.
In his magic phase, he used whatever the
Okay.
walk spell is or
Right.
whatever
Send him farther forward.
to send them further forward. So now you can see they're maybe 5-6 inches from corner to corner to my unit.
Yeah, I see that.
So, and that unit, the Shopties, of course, will go through anything quickly.
Yes.
So that's got me a little bit worried.
Yeah, some redirection actions going to be needed.
So there you have it. Just kind of looking out to make sure everything Alpha on his left is in his front, in case I decide to send the whole menagerie at him.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple spells going off. I can't see what that. I think that's the re-roll his shots with those guys.
Yeah, something aid could be.
Ancestral aid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then he shoots these guys off the table.
Yeah. We only had 30
With that.
shots. I can't imagine how that would happen.
Well, he gets to re-roll misses. So.
Yeah.
Turn 2. Of course, my spiders move over here to the left side of the Shopties. That way he can hit them. He's redirected off to the left, and he's if he elects to overrun, he's going to run into the guy right in front of him, the cave squig, which will pin him there for my 2 spiders to hit him in the front and the orcs to hit him on the flank.
Mm-hmm.
And because it seemed like a good idea at the time, my wyvern jumped into his Necropolis Guard because I figured I was going to challenge and his BSB would answer me, and
Mm-hmm.
we would sit there and kind of slap each other around for a while.
I see.
That's my
To
goal.
hopefully give yourself a chance to finish off a Shopty before.
Correct.
He
Before the new bad stuff really happens.
I see. Okay.
That was the plan there.
Uh-huh.
He's facing backwards simply because of the way that model
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
He's like a 3 inch
Since he doesn't have a
overlap.
tail anymore, you don't have to worry about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I lost the tail sting.
I thought you were going to get him a bigger, taller base, so he was.
I was
higher.
going to, but I didn't have time. We talked
Okay.
about that on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Anyway, I will eventually, I think,
Okay.
if I'm going to keep using him. And, because of the fun I have with him,
Yeah.
why not?
Why wouldn't you?
At
They still change the book in August or whenever.
Yeah, exactly. I
Okay.
don't think they'll change much with him. So we do this, and the other advantage to this, of course, is I've got 73
Yep.
shot, whatever that is, 73 shots.
Yep.
Most hitting on 4s, and wounding on 5s.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, moving over here, we did. He elected, of course.
Can this chariot see? They can see you, can't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine, let him come. First thought was I was going to be in combat.
Right.
I am T6, so even if he comes in with their strength 4 chariots, they're probably not going to do much. He can only get me with 2 of them.
Sure.
That's my whole thinking. I don't think he's going to waste them. And that's a huge, there's 4 of them, so that's a big wide thing. That'll let me go up and punish him with a spider on an easy thing.
If your fighters aren't fighting the other guys.
So, again, these 2 guys unload and they kill off 2 Shabtis.
Okay. Sure. Would like to have a few more than that.
I would, between all 3 of these, there's like 10 shots of the guys up front too, but it's what it is. I think I even shot the spiders at him as well.
Yeah, so you have like 90 shots, about half of those hitting, 45.
No, not half. I mean, not even half of these 2 are hitting.
You said most of them.
Most are within, but I mean,
within 12, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's 70.
So we'll say 8. We'll say 40 hits then out of 90. And wounding a third of those, so yeah, 12 wounds.
Yeah.
12, 13 wounds.
And then he's got a 4-up armor.
Yeah.
So it's down to 6.
Yeah, yeah. So worked out.
So it's about right.
Yeah.
Like I said, I would have liked more, but it's what it is.
Yeah.
There you have that. And he elected. When I issued the challenge, he just ignored me.
Okay.
And I went ahead and put the tax on his BSB anyway.
Right.
And killed him. That's him over there on the top right. He won that combat by 1, I think.
So you had the different initiative, right, for the rider and for the
correct
wyvern.
Mm-hmm.
And you put all of them into him, or just the rider?
I put the rider into him and didn't kill him.
Oh wow!
So ended up having to
sort of apocalypse.
Well, the T6 with 3 rolling to wound.
Yeah.
It's makes it kind of tough.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I think I rolled up a strength 7. I think I did.
Okay, but depends how you roll on your sword, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think I got 8 attacks at strength 7.
Yeah.
Which is the low end strength, which means I rolled a 1, 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, but still.
Okay.
So anyway, left him alive. Well, I didn't leave him alive. The rider left him alive, and I had to finish him with the wyvern. But anyway, because I caused 3 wounds and a charge for 4, he had 3 ranks of banner and 2 wounds on me.
And what'd you do to the unit?
Nothing. All went into him. I think the stomp went into the unit, and I got 1.
Well, the impact hits had to go in.
And the impact hits went into the unit. So, maybe I did win that first round.
I would think you would have won it.
So I probably won the first round.
He didn't do anything to you. All
he did 2.
Static.
No, he did 2 wounds.
Oh, he did 2. Okay, then you may have lost. Then, yeah.
So one way or another, I stuck.
Yeah.
And that's where it ended up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he stepped away for a moment. So I took the moment to take a couple of action shots.
Photos of the big orange mat.
Yes, there we go. The Shabtis are
and
scary.
He's back.
So scary.
Yes, they are.
Anyway, so now he's bringing his 4 toughness 5 chariots into my spider.
Yep.
46 string 4 hits.
Yeah.
That adds up. I mean, his idea here, of course, was...
And there's no character in that unit, though, right? It's just by itself?
Yeah, it's just by itself. But he was looking at, his magic phase is getting the killing blow, that kind of thing off on this unit.
Because he's also not stacking them up to get in it, improving his impact hits, so...
Well, he can. He doesn't have 6.
Yeah.
You need 6 for that. So the Shabti come in and they charge into my Spider Riders.
Mm-hmm.
And elsewhere, these guys just kind of sit back. They moved. The archers came up a little bit to get closer to these.
Is the squig by immune to psychology? I don't remember.
Is what?
The squig rider, is he immune to psychology? Okay.
The giant cave squig guy?
Yeah.
Yep. So, that's what we have. He's on the squigs, trying to see the change. All right, so these guys charge in, did 3 wounds. I do 3, at least 3 to him.
I see one chariot missing.
Because there's a chariot missing. I wasn't sure if it was more, but at least 3. I am within range of my general for this game for some reason.
So he won and you stood.
He won. He crushed out my spiders. He won over there.
I mean
on the spider.
The Ragnarok. Okay.
Correct. Here he crushed my
spiders.
Crushed my spiders. Elected not to run into them, overrun, because he
wanted to reform.
He wanted to reform because he didn't want so much in his flank.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought this guy being here would keep the spider off his front. I've lost the combat up top.
Mm-hmm. And you're fleeing.
And I'm fleeing, but he did not catch me at least.
There's that.
So I got that going for me. So that's what you have.
It looks like your guy's blocking your spider.
And the guy is blocking my spider.
Unless you help the other spider.
No, he can't even do that because I'm in his flank, and I can't wheel to get into his flank. It's
okay.
Anyway. We looked at that for a few minutes, and it was just like
you're in his flank, and you can't. Why can't you wheel and get into his flank?
I'm in his flank. That's the wyvern is stopping me. If I start to just wheel, I bump into my own back unit.
Well,
back here,
that guy would have to charge out, but yeah.
What's that?
I mean, he'd have to charge out, of course, but
the boars will have to go somewhere.
Yeah, he'd have to go somewhere.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the only place for the boars to go is into the Shabtis.
Right.
And if I go into the Shabtis, then right on the other side of that wall is his necropolis guard.
Yeah.
So
I see. Okay.
I could get the spider in there, but it would only cost me my general and BSB.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends how this other fight goes.
And pretty much the game.
Yeah. Okay.
So the spider just kind of sits back and watches what's going on. Meanwhile, you can see my wyvern has rallied.
Yep.
The boars have backed off to get out of the way. The boar unit that was up there squeezed in by the purple spider in case I'm stuck in roughly the same situation next turn.
Right.
And I've also, if you noticed, angled the wyvern so that if he comes in and hits me and kills me and overruns,
he won't hit the spider.
He won't hit the spider, and the spider's in his flank.
Right. And you didn't charge the Shopti, you're going to shoot him up somewhere.
And I did not want to charge the Shopti without help. I mean, if the spider's not going, I'm not going.
Yeah. And he can't get there because somebody's in the way.
Correct. There's too much stuff in the way.
Yep.
And I'm happy if he wants to sit right there in front of me and let me just take target practice on him.
Yep.
So there you have that. So I do, and I kill another 1.5.
Okay.
I killed two more chariots, or one more chariot, 2 more.
Right.
And he's down to 1 chariot now. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
So that's what it's looked like. He's down to 6 Shabti now, which is looking much more manageable to me.
Yeah.
It's such a
still painful
thing. So his Colossus comes over
and walks over there. Okay.
The Necropolis guard on the top have charged my wyvern, and I turned around so he could,
Sure.
He originally held back so I could turn him around so he could get in there. That's where he is.
Yeah, okay.
There you go. But the problem is he's doing this on his turn, and that chariot has 3 wounds on that spot,
Right.
So, anyway. Meanwhile, the Shabtis have just decided they're tired of getting shot to death, and they're going to charge here. Also, that allows them the overrun into the wyvern.
Right, if they make it.
If they can get that far. As you can see, it's look about 8 inches. And he put the 5 up. Put the 5 up ward save on them as well, regen or whatever.
Okay.
And that's what it's looking like there. That's just a clarification. I think he charged. This is the wyvern fight. I mean, he's come in and he's done nothing to me.
Toughness 6.
Oh, sorry, he hasn't fought that one yet because he did this one first. So he comes over here. I did 1 wound to him. He kills me. He overruns and does not make it into the wyvern.
Falls short, okay.
Falls short of getting into the wyvern.
There's only a 30% chance,
We continue this fight. He's put 1 more wound on me, so I'm up to 3 now.
Okay.
And we moving on to turn 4. I killed a few of him.
Now it's time for some spider action.
And my spider, the orange spider, has cleared off the.
Does he have 5 wounds, 3 wounds?
The orange spider, I think, has 3 on him.
Okay.
Purple guy has not been touched yet.
Okay.
He had a horrible 2 phases of magic. On the turn he came in with the chariots, where, like I said, he was expecting to get some of the killing blow. He rolled a 1 and a 2 for magic, winds of magic or whatever, the magic flux. On the following turn of combat, he rolled. I mean, it was a good roll, like a 4-4 or something. It was 8 to 4 dice, and the first spell he tried to cast a spell that needed to roll a 6 on 3 dice. You know, he needed a 9 to cast it. He rolled 3 dice and got a 1-1-2 and failed to cast on 3 dice. So lost his concentration bonus and everything. Anyway, just had 2 terrible magic phases.
Yeah, it's not good when you're counting on it.
Correct. So moving on, spiders looking down in the air, and they both go in.
Okay. So one was in the front, one was in the flank.
Maybe his Shabti did make it in. Because how else would he be there now? Yeah, his Shabti did make it in, and he didn't want to move the tray.
Oh, okay.
They're in. So before I charged into their flank, I moved the tray.
Okay.
I removed the tray so I'd put them where they belong.
Okay.
Sorry. And then I charged in with the spear orcs as well. So we've got 2 spiders on the Necropolis Guard.
Didn't send your squig boy in, huh?
No, there's no room for him.
Oh, you could have slid farther over.
I guess I could have slid the orcs farther over and sent him in. Anyway, we've got 2 spiders on the Necropolis Guard. You can see the wyverns there getting hit by the Shabti and the Necropolis Guard. And down here on the other ones. So it's a huge fight, kind of tied together. It's really kind of 2 fights tied together by that wyvern.
Yep.
There we have that. And he gets a spell off there just to try to help him. So, I mean, these guys. He had to put as many attacks as he could onto the wyvern. And only put it all with all the. No matter how many attacks he puts on it, he killed it, but only gets 1 wound out of it because of it only had 1 wound left.
Right.
And it wasn't a challenge. So the 2 spiders go to town, beat everything up. Actually won the combat by 23.
Oh.
But the Necropolis Guard, because there's a character in them, are stubborn.
Right.
Which I think meant they crumbled half.
Yeah.
So he only crumbled 12 or something like that with them. So he has 2 Necropolis Guard and a character left in there.
But the Shabti are gone.
But the Shabti crumbled to death from that.
Okay.
So we have that. And that's what that looks like. So, moving on to... That was my turn. So on his turn...
What's this Colossus
doing?
doing?
The Colossus is wandering around out here. What he's doing is he's trying to snipe away at these guys, these boar boys, with that 2d6 armor piercing spell he's got.
Right.
And panic them off the table.
Yeah. And
I'm trying to knowing I can't get out of his range, I'm coming over here trying to get back into the bubble in case it does hit me. So, meanwhile, the archers move up. You can see in the back here, the archers have moved up into.
See them? Yep, and it's really 1 unit, not 3.
It is 1 big unit of 3.
Yeah.
He comes up, and I wasn't real sure whether that was a. Anyway, I don't know why he came up with that unit. They're only tough 4, and he's coming into the face of the spiders. It looks like, that's that big base. So. Oh,
a picture.
Sorry. Again, this is another one of the isms. He did not just move up; he charged.
Okay.
They have charged into the flank of this big red orange spider.
Just looking for some combat res.
So, and he's combat spiders. He's got like 9, 18 attacks on me.
Right.
And they're hitting me on 3s. Anyway.
He's got a big flank in the standard.
So he comes in, and he's actually got his Pharaoh there in the middle.
Okay, yeah.
So he comes in and he actually kills that spider, and his Necrotech is left here with a wound.
Facing
I
the
think
spider.
that's a wound left on a spider.
Okay.
Yes. And he's got 1 wound left on. He counts down with his wounds.
Right.
So these are what he has left. So he's got 1 wound left on his Pharaoh there too. So that's how the combat ends, and it didn't show it, but he reformed them into. Back up for a minute. I did get a picture after he reformed it, but he reformed them. He formed them back up so that they're
so on his turn
5 wide.
he just reformed.
After he killed my spider, after that combat, he reformed.
Oh, okay. He did a combat reform.
He did a combat reform and cinched up.
Okay.
So now, here's where I try to lose the game. The way this was working right here, the orcs over on the far right are a little far out.
Right.
They can't really make a realistic charge. The orcs here in the center can, but they're going to have to go in alone. Because remember, he's also cinched up.
Yeah.
In the meantime, so he's not he's not where he is right there in that picture. So the smart thing to do at this point would have been to just march the orcs up on the right, get into his flank, wait for the spider to clear off that guy, and prepare the whole thing correctly.
Right.
That would have been the smart thing. But on turn 5, I decided to press my advantage. He's got a 1 wound Pharaoh. I was hoping to get in here and kill him before he could get his wound back or anything. So I went ahead and charged with this unit. The unit of orcs.
And the other ones are facing the other way.
The other unit of orcs,
Trying to.
again, for some reason I thought I had that. The other unit of orcs turn and face back down this way to shoot up the Colossus.
If he comes around the hill.
If he comes around the hill, which, now it pretty much guarantees he won't.
Okay.
And I brought my orcs up here on the left. The big
top of the hill.
Yeah, my orcs. This is the 6 orcs with the
with the
general and BSB in that.
Okay.
You can see my hopper coming around the corner to help out.
Yeah.
Everything's looking.
He's
good.
kind of been hanging around the back for a while.
He has. I'm waiting for a nice spot to go into it. I
okay.
haven't found one yet. So he wins the combat on the top. The spider kills the architect.
Okay.
Not a problem. He wins the combat on the top and sends me packing.
Okay.
When they run, the other orcs break from the combat, and they run.
And as do the boar boys.
And the boar boys break as well.
Okay.
So, bottom of 5, I've got 3 units running.
And it's his move next.
And because of, where he is, he's already done it. That was his pursuit. I think that was his pursuit move. Anyway.
Yeah.
So that's where he stands. I'm like, this is just terrible. That's what happened. Then let's see if this shows it there. Yeah. So in his move, let's see, let's show it there. His move, he declares a charge on me. There's where he started. He charged the orcs and only goes 2 inches. What he's hoping to do is charge them, get them off the board,
right,
and then these guys get out of the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But he only goes 2 inches.
So he failed the charge.
And now
How far are they away from you? They don't look that far.
The orcs?
Yeah.
They're not.
Okay.
But he rolled a terrible
really
again.
Bad, yeah.
He rolled a bad charge. You see the Colossus thing sneaking around the corner here again, still trying to peek at stuff.
Yep.
Right now, because of the failed charge, you can see the boar boys, the hopper, and the spider still all 3 have him right now.
Yep.
I save all 6 dice I have to try to stop this, but he gets the spectral blades off. I mean, not spectral blades, the Dance Macabre.
Mm-hmm.
And he moves 8 inches forward and gets out of my arc
in
his magic phase. So I go on to turn 6 and manage to rally the orc unit on the top corner the York unit that was down here in the center does not rally.
Keeps going.
Continues the
looks like
run.
the Boars rally.
The Boars rally, the Orcs up top rally, which gives me back 3 scoring units
Right.
to his 1. There's a picture of them rallying. They rallied. And the spider comes over here just to block him, just to get in his way. I can't stop his spell. Can't stop his spell from going off, but at least I can stop him from trying to charge him and terror him off.
Right.
Which he manages to do.
So it's now his turn.
So it's now his turn.
And he walks around to the hill.
He walks up on top of the hill, casts the spell at me, and that was my die roll to try to stop it.
Okay, it's not a good die roll.
But it did. So now his only hope was to crush this unit.
Oh, got your stand and shoot.
I got my stand and shoot and
guys,
killed one or 2 guys. He comes in, he killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I rolled a 4 to stick.
Okay, well, that's fortunate.
And because I rolled the 4, I think I needed a 4. Rolled a 4. These guys ran off the board. That's from a little bit earlier. So, and that's kind of how it ended. He set his Colossus. He's got this unit with his Hierophant and his Pharaoh.
Hey, you got a Greek shield snuck in there.
I did. It's one of the ones I snapped off my skeletons.
Oh, okay.
Just at one point, the idea was I was going to do this with the orcs. So I was going to just get an odd collection of shields.
Oh, I see.
And just start throwing a bunch of weird different ones in there.
Oh, okay.
But anyway. So anyway, I rolled a 4 and hold, and that's where it ends.
Okay.
On turn 6. Like I said, all I had to do that one turn was wait.
Yep, you almost...
and I almost gave the game away, because had he...
almost snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
Had he breaks this unit, he said there's another 500 points there.
Yep.
On top of that, he's got another scoring unit.
And if your cavalry had run off the table, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway. Just such a huge swing. So anyway, turns up the Undying Dynasty's got 430 points of orcs to my 2874. He has 6 battle points to my 14, but with the +3 -3, it turns up to a 317 game, which pulls me again right about even.
You're back to 50-50.
Right at 50-50.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
So it's all about the last game.
It's all about the last game. So anyway, thank you for listening to Game 4.
Till next time.